Hello, hello. Hopefully, all the audio is happening for everybody. Certainly, it had been some time since Saul dropped in, let alone cruised some side street or alleyway. He had dedicated his day to finding proper hardware in a local shop in East Van to fasten trucks and wheels to the board so he could finally get down to business. Carrying the three divided instruments, he was able to see their conditions in detail after such a long sabbatical. The wheels appeared carved from a yellowing wood and could stand better replaced. Bearings were dusty, but in good shape. Saul couldn't remember how old they were, lost on whether he had purchased them most recently out of the other parts of his setup or not. The trucks weren't in unreasonable condition, but he was famous for stretching sentiments of anything he owned, enjoying whatever gift or offering far beyond the point of ran into the ground. The dismantled board was practically brand new, only taken for a ride a handful of times after putting the deck together in Kentucky. Not long after, he found himself sunk into 3 skateless years in Seattle of all places, passing as an apartment maintenance technician. Now it was Canada. No time wasted, Saul slipped through the monotony with the measurements of strengths, calculating his time's worth and purpose. A few steps from the skate shop door, the wood of the tail scraped across the pavement as he trotted with the nose pinched between his fingers. With a quick hop, all 4 wheels struck down the street. Saul was on. The side street chop set a tickling cherry of vibrations through his ankles, sweating in untied, flat-footed high tops. Naturally, he carved, gaining speed, straightening out. He heaved himself forward with 2 hard pushes with his right foot and rolled over an oncoming fat speed bump with the glide of 2 veteran skateboard wheels. One more push set in the confidence. Forcing the board sideways, he power slid the length of half of a Civic. Pushing once more after riding the nose, he slid again, feeling the lid come off of a fine glint of peace and risk in the breeze. All right. So, this is a poem by Stock Goodman from the collection called Poems from a Junkie Brain. And this piece is entitled Toads. I'll never forget the sound the toads made, crushed under my Cavalier tires until the pressure was too much for anyone to take, and a toad would explode. I was high on PCP. It's angel dust, Holmes. Toads were everywhere, not hallucinating. I'd seen it before when the rains filled the ditches driving back home to St. David's. Fighting the twitches made the drive, tweaking on speed, cheeching on cocaine, nodding on down, and needing to slow down. Seen it a few times before, thousands and millions of them all over the road, impossible to avoid, popping like toads being run over by a car. This time it's confusing as I can't understand how I'm crushing the toads when my car is floating 2 feet above the road. But they're being crushed just the same. I don't want to be crushing them. Even back then, I wasn't a sadist. I could swerve to avoid, too many of them to miss. They're all over the road. I'm sorry about the toads. Maybe they were frogs. Toads. By Stock Goodman. If you can find it, well, I don't even know why I'm showing it. If you can find it, get it. There's a lot of good stuff in there. It's entitled Working Girl. And I hope you enjoy it. There's a working girl cuffed to the middle of my spine, inside, jabbing her purple knockoff heels into the stomach, laid across intestine, with an elbow propped up on the gallbladder, twisting everything because she wants out, but I won't let her. The neighbors, out-of-town yuppies driving in their Lincoln. Rentals won't see past climbing legs. A small town gone mad. Opening up her modestly aggressive sundress, pushing the torched mystique. Foul-mouthed prayers near midnight she sharpens against the lowest of ribs keep us alive. Tallying her gifts, grinding down her lipstick, singing while both are unable to sleep, after hunting down spotted mosquitoes to feed her, hiding in drawers and lampshades. The only light sent down is by a lantern fueled with false perspective of busy women out looking for it. Together, touring Main Street, dancing in doorways, rattling blues, nothing she actually enjoys. She moves to be nice, I know it. Illuminated pertinence and shared booze, brings on common deranged hysteria, passed back and forth like an easy glass of marijuana green jubilee. Manic fits come from feeling walking tremors. Jerking at bones, she demands bangle keys to wash her face in the outrageous balm of May walking us home. When we can take crashing so closely into one another no longer, I let her out and she picks at the ass of her dress pinched between her cheeks to find herself huffing at the locked door of my room where the players, chachis, sorrowful men in old boring bags cannot hear her laughter. On the gray carpeting of the small boarding where I begin to roll back the owl, she rests cross-legged laying back on my chest, grass in her hair, the both of us growing melancholic and strengthened at the sound of train, whistles under siren of coyote hymnals, and borealis of television silhouettes. Thank you. Okay, I'm trying not to go too fast, but that one's a little rough. But thank you for coming and listening, and taking that in with me. Oh, wow. Okay, that was so happy that worked out. But this is Mordecai. This is him as a kitten. And in this picture, he's actually on a shag green couch that Rob and I had back in the long apartment days above what used to be Blue Bar. Dots is right next door, not too far, right across the street from John G. But this is a poem that I wrote for little homie here. It's entitled Mr. Mordecai. Everybody pour one out and drink one for Mordecai tonight. Mr. Mordecai. He is watching the children get out of school today, scratching his tongue over his eyes. What's he thinking? He sits on the windowsill just staring at me for long periods of time, devouring me with his thin rubber cement pupils. What is he doing today? He's running like a horse back and forth across the apartment floor, galloping, chasing ghosts in the room. I heard silverware hit the floor in there. Is he cooking? I can't see him from the loft bedroom. He once killed a black praying mantis, the only one I've ever seen. He smiled, chewing on its head. He must love to kill. He creeps in bed and watches me sleep at night with his glowing eyes, wanting me to feed him. He's got switchblades between the pads of his paws, and grenades going off inside his throat while he sleeps. He cut me once, 3 times, all at once, in one swipe, bleeding me for an hour. What was he thinking that day? He's in my closet space, ripping up memories and poems I wrote, ruining all my church clothes. He must hate God. He must be a sadist. Under the couch, he makes the sound, cutting into something. What's he doing in there? Did you hear that? He tries to claw his way beneath the crack at the door. Bottom, trying to get out or in while I'm showering, making that noise. Spooky as it is, I love that poem and I love that cat. Rest in power, Mordecai. Love you. Oh, there's this one that I've been working on since I moved. since I've moved here and have been experiencing the city. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's been fun, and it's one of these ones I feel like it's not ever going to be done. I feel like I always think of new lines. So I'm like, yeah, I need to find a spot for that. It's like one of those. So I hope you like it. It's 4:53, and I think that. Let me just make sure one more time. Yeah, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is a poem entitled "Blazon of Burns for Vancouver." Ready? Vancouver, I see you wearing shoes in the house. Vancouver, how come your squash are so expensive? Come, we can jaywalk together, show you how it's really done. You're good company. Could you not mention my elbows on the table anymore, please? Vancouver, finally, believe me when I say you are the fittest of the 4. Will you now enjoy more wine and another handful? Cops are still a terror. No news to you. It seems their collars just keep their creases. Vancouver, stop being so serious. Why aren't we swimming, God damn it? Rather you prepare your wardrobe? Come now. Put down the knife. Vancouver, I love when you get greasy, so stop marking up your bacon. I don't mind your dog plays with all their teeth. Let's have it. Promise me you'll more often comb self-care through the CBP. Imaginary lines for what? How dare you attempt to confiscate my Narcan? A life either way. I let it slide. You keep air in our tires clean, Vancouver. I think you dance beautifully. Let me believe you to be something to always have matches in your jacket. No doubt there is something about you. Don't mind your vulnerability so much. I'll get them back to you. Drop your wallet every now and again. Marvel, mountains, cloud of hair, urgency and everything. Vancouver, every one of your cars try to slaughter me too. It's clear who we are in the rain. I see the look in your man's eye. Allow me to wash your feet. Your hand out and cold, so still mine. Let's skate together. Of course I wore this yesterday, Vancouver. Get your shit together. This town is run with powerful witches. Was that excrement, milky oats of vomit I passed in succession last night, Vancouver? You steal my heart, city girl. You rowdy. You're ready. Don't be a dick. We are all watching anxiously. Vancouver, what do you have in these shops? Take your name back. I see you reaching. Hot and heavy, hot and heavy, hot and heavy, so hot and heavy. Step back. Let's have a look at you. Oh, okay. Thank you. If there are any applause out there, thank you. I appreciate everything that you've done so far. Number 2, stream in the bag. Thank you for listening. It's been great sharing my work with you. And I look forward to just being able to keep on coming here and telling you stories at the end of it. Just telling stories and being able to connect with you. Hit me up with an email if you got any music or any chapbooks you want to hit me to, of yours or anybody else's. Just make sure you get their permission and they know what's up, so that we can get them on here and it's cool with them. And then phone calls next stream. That will be fun. And then hopefully, once I figure it out, being able to actually have like other guests, linking streams from like either it's here or Kentucky or Denver or Washington or hell, who knows where I'll be. But until then, stay human, keep listening, and thanks for stopping by. Good night, and enjoy yourself.